I want to break down to you about the affidavits of sovereignty. This is another document that I have according to my status. Equality under the law is paramount and mandatory by law. I, in my private capacity, Stephen Maurice Evans, a titled sovereign, hereby declare that I am competent to manage all of my own affairs. All other entities are incompetent to manage any of my affairs and are hereby fired. A sovereign cannot be tried in their own courtroom. So I can't even be tried in their own courtroom. Consistent with the internal tradition of natural common law, unless I have harmed or violated someone or their property. I have committed no crime and therefore no subject to any penalty. Thus, be it known to all, in the nature of UCC 1308, that I reserve my natural common law rights not to be compelled to perform under any contract that I did not enter into knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally. And furthermore, I do not accept the liability associated with the compelled and pretended benefit of any hidden or unrevealed contract or commercial agreement. As such, the hidden or unrevealed contracts that supposedly create obligations to perform for persons of subject status are inapplicable to me and are null and void. If I have participated in any of the supposed benefits associated with these hidden contracts, I have done so under duress for lack of any other practical alternative. Any such participation does not constitute acceptance in contract law because of the absence of full disclosure of any violent offer and voluntarily consent without misrepresentation or coercion under contract. Without a voluntary offer and acceptance knowingly entered into by both parties, there was no meeting of the minds, and therefore no violent contract. Any supposed contract is therefore void ab initio, meaning from the beginning. Typical examples of such compelled and pretended benefits are: number one, your birth certificate. The fact that a birth certificate was granted to me by a local hospital or government agency when I entered this world is irrelevant to my sovereignty. No status, high or low, can be assigned to another person through a piece of paper without the receipt for knowledge and consent. Without the recipient's for knowledge and consent. Therefore, such a piece of paper provides only hearsay, date, and place information only. It indicates nothing about jurisdiction, nothing about property ownership, nothing about rights, and nothing about subject status. Birth certificate doesn't describe none of that. The only documents that can have any legal meaning as it concerns my status in society are those which I have signed as an adult with full knowledge and consent, free from representation, or coercion of any kind. Number two, the use of an identification number from a government agency. The number normally assigned to persons of subject status. I use exceptionally under duress only because of the extreme inconvenience of operating without one in today's marketplace, where it is requested by banks, employers, lenders, and many other government agencies and businesses. My reason for using it is not because I wish to participate in the system, as I don't wish to participate. Let it be known that I use the number assigned to me for informational only, if at all. So I only use it for informational only. That's it, informational purpose only. And yes, I am a Moor. I am a Moor Aboriginal Pennsylvania national, a foreign diplomat, foreign sovereign national. That's who I am. Number three, the use of fiat currency to discharge my debts. I have used these only because in this country, there is no other widely recognized currency. Number four, the use of a bank account with my signature on the bank signature card. If there is any hidden contracts behind the bank signature card, my signature thereon gives no validity to it. The signature is only for verification of identity. I can be obligated to fulfill no hidden or unrevealed contract whatsoever due to the absence of full disclosure and voluntary consent. Likewise, my use of the bank account thereof is due to the absence of a bank not associated with the central bank system. In general, people have been prevented from issuing their own currencies, and such prevention is in violation of the national constitution. Were there an alternative, I would be happy to use it. To not use any bank at all is impossible or very difficult, as everyone knows in today's marketplace. Number five, past tax returns filed. Any tax returns I may have filed in the past were filed due to the dishonest atmosphere of fear and intimidation created by the tax collector and local assessors' offices, not because there is any law requiring me to do so. Once I have discovered the tax agencies are lying to the public, I have felt it is my responsible duty to society to terminate my volunteer participation, because such returns were filed under threat, duress, and coercion. We're going to say TDC. And no two-way contract was ever signed with full disclosure. There is nothing in any past filings or returns that created any violent contract. Therefore, no legal obligation on my part was ever created. Number six, the use of a driver's license. Hold up. The use of a driver's license. As a sovereign, because I'm a sovereign, there is no legal requirement for me to have such a license for traveling